Let's change the world.
In our presentation, we are going to talk about the ways to change the world.
When we first heard the word semicolon, we thought of parallel structure. Our team wanted to point out the way people think. Most people live in a linear structure. We mean living life in a linear phase. By going to the elementary school, middle school, high school, university, and finding a job, settling down, and retiring. We're not saying that's wrong, but it seems that most people often follow other people's route without other goals or thoughts. Have you thought of your dream? What do you want to do? Here's an example of a parallel structure, a YouTuber. Going to the university or not going to the university is not the difference between linear and parallel structure. What we want to say is that such jobs like a YouTuber are jobs which require a passion and makes them think of goals to reach their achievement. Through parallel structure thinking, we can not only find our dreams, but also achieve a successful life even if one of our goals collapse. From this topic, we want to start by telling you about our stories.
First of all, I will tell you about my story. I used to be a figure skater since I was 6. I trained really hard that I went to training 6 days a week. I tried so hard that it was because I want to achieve my dream. And finally, I started to get awards from numerous contests, and not only a single prize, but also a lot of gold medals too. However, when I got closer to my dream, I got injured badly. At first, the doctors, my parents, and I thought it wasn't quite so serious, but after receiving an MRI, we found out that my bone was fractured, so eventually I had to stop skating. At the time, I was so depressed. However, I started to find new hobbies to get away from depression, and drawing was that. Thinking about it, I realized that I was talented in drawing. Starting from that, I went to an art academy to find my new dream. And those are some of my paintings. And from this, I found my new dream, and that was to become a fashion designer. Have you guys heard about the word 좌보우면? This word basically means not only to look forward, but also look left and right. Racehorses always look forward because they wear blinders, which allows them to look forward and chasing only one goal. And me, when I was chasing only one goal as a figure skater, I myself felt like a racehorse. However, when I tried to find new alternatives, by parallel structure way of thinking, I found my new talent and dream, which made my heart beat with strong enthusiasm.
As Yadam said earlier, there's huge story about dreams. But I'm sure there's someone like me who are uncertain about dreams. So I'm going to start talking about my story now. A few years ago, I was a student who had no confidence and didn't like presentation. But while doing a group project at school, I found myself in a dilemma. I was made to be in charge of presentation part. I was nervous whenever I stood in front of people. So eventually I had to change my position in order to not hurt my team. So instead I became in charge of writing the script. Through this experience, I learned that I could produce good results even when I'm not doing the part I was supposed to do.
As we've talked about so far, to effectively solve the problem we face, we need to use various options and opportunities through the parallel structure way of thinking. Steve Jobs is one of the people who ideally realized the stories we wanted to present. He became a talent who changed the world by parallel structure way of thinking. Did he have great success with Apple from the start? No. He faced numerous challenges, but he achieved his dream because he didn't only look up to only one goal.
The story does not only relate to Steve Jobs, but to people who changed the world, such as Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, who all changed the world.
Many people live in serial structured way of thinking. Life of thinking and chasing only one goal, and life of failing when it collapses. Our team would like to present the idea of parallel structured way of thinking to give people more options and opportunities in their life. Your life can be a story that will come after your own semicolon through a parallel structure way of thinking. It's your own life story that you actively make into various options.
So, what do you want to do to change the world? And what story will come after your semicolon?
Tell us about your story. Thank you.